we're going to dive into a language that's way more than just words. It's pretty much the living soul of a city. We're talking about the incredible linguistic tapestry of Dhakaiya Urdu.
Have you ever thought about that? What if a language could be more, more than just a bunch of words? Like, what if it could actually hold the entire history of a city, its culture, its identity? Just keep that thought in your head as we dig in.
Well, the language we're talking about here is Dhakaiya Urdu. It's this really unique, historic, blended language that you'll only find in the heart of Old Dhaka. And listen, this isn't just some dialect. For the people who speak it, it's a cornerstone of their entire culture.
Okay, so to really get why it's so important, we have to look at it for what it is. It's basically a living piece of history. I mean, its roots go back for centuries.
And to do that, we've got to travel back in time a bit. Let's jump back to its origins. Way back when Dhaka was this bustling, absolutely vital center for the Mughal Empire. All right, so the story of this language really kicks off during the Mughal era. That's when its roots first got planted, thanks to these really strong connections with the empire. Then, as Old Dhaka just exploded into this major center for commerce, Urdu became the language that drove everything. It was the language of trade, of business, of just everyday talk. It was, simply put, the language that got business done, no question.
But here's the thing, this language isn't some dusty old relic from a history book. Not at all. It's a living, breathing part of the city's cultural fabric, even today.
Yeah, a good way to think about Dhakaiya Urdu is, well, it's not like a single thread. It's more like a really vibrant tapestry, one that's been woven together from all these different influences over hundreds of years.
And you can actually see the threads of that tapestry right here. Dhakaiya Urdu is this amazing fusion. You've got the solid structure of Urdu, the local flavor of Bengali, and even this poetic touch from Persian. It's pretty incredible, right? It's like a living symbol of multicultural harmony, all wrapped up in the way people talk to each other every day.
And people don't just speak this language, they almost perform it. You see it come alive in the local culture, through songs, poetry, literature, but where it really shines is in the everyday stuff, the proverbs and regional idioms. That's where you find all the unique wisdom and wit of the people of Old Dhaka.
So with all that rich culture baked in, it's no surprise that it plays this huge social role. It's really more than just a language. It's like the glue that holds the whole community together.
And this right here, this phrase just nails it. It really does have this dual role. On one hand, it's a language of unity out in public, but on the other, it's the super intimate way families talk to each other. It shapes everything, both inside and outside the home.
Let's break that down a little bit, because it's pretty cool. So out in the community, it's the shared language that brings everyone together for things like religious ceremonies or big social get-togethers. But then you step inside someone's home, and that same language transforms. It becomes this intimate, personal language of family life. It's fascinating when you think about it. It's both a public banner for everyone to see and a private conversation just for family.
All right, so what about now? In today's world, how does a historical language like this fit into a huge, sprawling, modern city like Dhaka?
Well, one really interesting thing is the role it plays in education. For kids who grow up speaking Dhakaiya Urdu, it kind of acts like a natural bridge. It actually makes it easier for them to pick up both standard Bengali and standard Urdu.
And make no mistake, it is absolutely thriving today. For one, it acts like a shield, It guards the unique identity of the people of Old Dhaka. It also just makes the whole city richer, adding to its linguistic diversity. And this is huge. It's a massive force in local entertainment. It's powering plays, comedy shows, even films. And that's what keeps the language fresh and totally relevant for the younger generations.
So when you put it all together, it's obvious that Dhakaiya Urdu is so much more than just a language. It's really a cultural heirloom. It's something precious that's been passed down through generations, and it carries the stories, the traditions, the very soul of a people. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. It doesn't matter if it's a language, a tradition, or some kind of craft. How do we make sure that these priceless heirlooms of our culture don't just get lost to time? That's something for all of us to think about, right? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.
So today, we're going to dive into a language that's way more than just words. It's pretty much the living soul of a city. We're talking about the incredible linguistic tapestry of Dhakaiya Urdu.